A sad lady was walking on the road holding her shoes in her hands. Suddenly, a young thief wearing a mask came from behind and said, "Now I will show you how to use a handbrake. Give me whatever you have quickly." The sad lady took out her money and phone from her bag and handed them over. The thief said, "I like all of this. Is this everything you have?" The lady replied softly, "Yes." The thief turned to leave, but the lady suddenly said, "Wait, stop. I can't handle this anymore." The thief looked confused and said, "What are you saying? Have you gone mad?" The lady cried and said, "No, I'm not trying to make you feel guilty. I'm just tired. I don't want to live like this anymore. I feel completely broken." She started showing her cards and said, "Look, I will give you everything. Cash, cards. Just please understand my pain." The thief said, "Do you think I'm stupid enough to trust you?" The lady begged, "Please listen to me." The lady cried harder and said, "Please, I'm suffering. My mind and heart are in pain. Please try to understand me." The thief stayed silent and walked away. The lady sat down on the ground and whispered to herself, "I can't do this anymore. I'm alone. I feel worthless. I'm tired of everything." The thief, standing at a distance, heard everything. He saw her crying badly, saying, "Who am I living for? I have no one. I feel completely alone." The thief said to himself, "She is in deep pain. I can't leave her like this." He went back to her. The lady said, "Did you change your mind?" The thief replied, "No, nothing like that will happen." The lady again tried to give him her cards and said, "Take all of this. Use as much money as you need." The thief sat beside her, removed his mask, and said, "No, I won't do this." He put her money and phone back into her bag. The lady asked, "What happened? Why are you returning everything?" The thief said, "Because I was taking advantage of you at the darkest moment of your life, and I shouldn't do that." He continued, "You might think I'm just a thief, but I understand deep pain. I know how people suffer in it." He said, "I'm also going through a similar condition. Sometimes I feel completely lost, but I stop myself. You and I are not so different." The lady said, "No, we are not the same." The young man replied, "Maybe not from the outside, but inside, our pain is very similar." The lady said, "I never thought I would meet someone who understands me. No one ever tries to understand me." The young man said, "In times like this, we need to support each other. Only then we can move forward." The lady said, "But I feel worthless. I don't want to live like this. I feel suffocated." The young man replied, "I feel the same, but we have to stay strong, but we have to keep going." He said, "Maybe one day we can heal from this pain, and maybe we can become support for each other." The lady slowly said, "Yes, you are right." The young man stood up, held out his hand, and said, "Come with me." The lady asked, "Where?" He replied, "Just trust me." He helped her stand up, picked her shoes and bag, and walked with her. After a few months, the lady was happy again. Both of them had become life partners and were living happily together. One day, the young man took her back to the place where they first met and said, "Do you remember this place?" The lady smiled and said, "Of course, this is where my life started again." The young man held her hand and said, "Thank you for being my partner." The lady replied, "No, I should thank you. You taught me how to live again." They hugged each other happily and started planning to eat pizza together. Supporting those who are going through difficult times means listening without judging and giving empathy. What do you think about this story? Share your opinion in the comments and share this video so more people can give their thoughts.